చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం, కొణిదెల పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అనే నేను శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన.
As the results of the Lok Sabha elections began trickling in on the 4th of June, many eyes were also on Andhra Pradesh, a state that sends 25 representatives to the Lok Sabha and was also holding an assembly election simultaneously.
मोदी जी का संदेश है कि विकसित भारत के लिए यही समय है, सही समय है. నేను చెప్తున్నాను, मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि देश को सही समय में मोदी जी जैसा सही नेता मिला है. आपकी पूरी कोशिशों में हम आपके साथ रहेंगे, ये हमारा वादा है.
The verdict in Andhra Pradesh signaled the comeback of Chandrababu Naidu, who's now the chief minister.
నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను శాసనం ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం, విధేయత చూపుతానని ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
The TDP, the party he leads, won 16 seats in the Lok Sabha polls, and its allies, the BJP and the Jan Sena led by Pawan Kalyan, won 3 and 2 seats respectively.
To the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, my heartfelt wishes on behalf of Jana Sena, and I'm fortunate and grateful for giving this opportunity to be here. It started in 2014 in the same place. And Honorable Chandrababu Naidu just said, we're going to see Modi ji to rule this country for 15 years, and it's happening, sir. Chandrababu ji, your prophecy came true. Modi ji, you truly inspired the nation. As long as you are the Prime Minister of this country, our country will never bow down to anyone, sir. The mighty Himalayas will never bow down like that. Under your leadership, Bharat will never bow down. And we really take pride under your leadership, to work under your leadership, sir. We really take pride. And from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kamakya to Dwaraka, and you have inspired everyone, sir. You have inspired everyone. We all rally behind you. We all rally behind you. The way you have triggered us to serve the nation, the kind of patriotism you have instilled in us by your actions, by your words, by your deeds, and the kind of development you had shown us in the progress. And sir, I'm deeply honored, and for listening to us, for looking at Andhra Pradesh. Under your guidance, under your support, we are able to sweep the polls. We got 91% victory there. We got completely, in legislature, we had got 91% success. It's all because of your guidance. It's all because of your leadership, sir. I'm grateful to you. We're all grateful to you. On behalf of Jana Sena Party, I support Shri Narendra Modi ji as the leader of the NDA parliamentary party. To all the eminent senior parliamentarians and the new parliament members, I wish you very best. To honorable senior leaders and NDA partners, to you all, my heartfelt namaskars to you, sir. Thank you and Jai Hind, sir.
The YS Jagan Mohan Reddy led YSRCP, which won the state and parliamentary elections in the state comprehensively in 2019, was voted out. In the assembly polls, the YSRCP was reduced to just 11 seats this time, while the TDP won 135 seats, the Jan Sena 21 seats, and the BJP 8 seats. During his earlier stint as Chief Minister, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was associated with the transformation of the then capital of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad, which emerged as a hub for information technology. Naidu was also known for introducing greater technology and digitization in the sphere of governance. Following the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh leading to the creation of Telangana, the TDP in 2014, as part of the NDA, secured a majority in the assembly polls and also won 15 seats in the Lok Sabha. However, in 2018, the BJP and the TDP parted ways over the demand for a special category status for Andhra Pradesh on the part of Chandrababu Naidu. The fallout at the time was quite bitter. When it came to the Lok Sabha and the state assembly elections in 2019, the YSRCP won comprehensively in both. Naidu has had his share of setbacks. After losing the 2019 elections, as the YSRCP strengthened its grip on the government in Andhra Pradesh, there were many who believed that it would be difficult for Naidu to script a political comeback. But come back he did. It did not help the Jagan Mohan Reddy government's case either, when Chandrababu Naidu was arrested in a skill development case 6 months before the 2024 polls, something the TDP has alleged was an act of vendetta on the part of the Jagan Mohan Reddy government. It only intensified what was already building up as a wave in favour of Chandrababu Naidu. In November 2023, Chandrababu Naidu said in a rally in Kurnool that if the people did not vote the TDP back to power, this would be his last election. When the elections came, the TDP alone secured more than 45% of the votes in the assembly elections as opposed to 39.37% for the YSRCP. The TDP and Chandrababu Naidu's influence now is all the more significant given that the BJP on its own managed 240 seats in the Lok Sabha, considerably below the 303 mark and the outright majority that it had won in 2019. The JDU and the TDP are therefore key alliance partners that have enabled the NDA to cross the majority mark and therefore have a serious role to play in its survival. The TDP, like it had done when it was an NDA constituent in 2014, once again secured the Civil Aviation Ministry in the Modi 3.0 cabinet.
I, Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as a Minister for the Union, and that I will do right to all manner of people in accordance with the Constitution and the law, without fear of favour, affection or ill will. I, Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu, do swear in the name of God that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person or persons any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall become known to me as a Minister for the Union, except as may be required for the due discharge of my duties as such Minister.
A key ally of the NDA in Andhra Pradesh is Pawan Kalyan, now the Deputy Chief Minister. He heads the Jan Sena party, and the BJP's strategy to woo him, as well as Mr. Chandrababu Naidu earlier this year, burying old differences, was a winning move.
Congratulations, first of all, for a spectacular victory. You hit 6. How does it feel?
And I feel, it took me around 15 long years, and I think I didn't leave the wicket. I stuck around.
Yeah.
I was quite consistent. With a great perseverance, I stayed here. With a great resilience, I think it paid off finally, and I'm glad that it paid off.
So we saw that it's a very hard for one battle. We saw a lot of violence also during polling. A lot of acrimony between the alliance partners and especially with TDP and YSRCP. How do you see that, sir? Now you're in power. Will that continue or will that?
No, my commitment is for to prevail law and order, to restore peace. Is very, very essential for any state growth, and no such untoward incident should happen. And we'll make sure we'll take all the necessary precautions to restore law and order.
But now that the TDP is once again part of the centre, will it revive its demand for special category status for Andhra Pradesh? How will the TDP approach the issue of reservations, including for Muslims, as well as the BJP's plans to introduce a uniform civil code? The TDP is committed to the NDA, and that was loud and clear when Chandrababu Naidu spoke at the meeting of NDA members of Parliament in the Central Hall of the Old Parliament building before the swearing-in ceremony.
3 months, Honorable PM never took any rest. Day and night, he had campaigned, same zeal. He started and ended same spirit. In Andhra Pradesh, we had 3 meetings, public meetings, 1 big rally. It had made a huge difference for winning the elections in Andhra Pradesh. Honorable Home Minister has come. He addressed 1 meeting, very powerful meeting. It has changed the situation in a big way. I am thanking him. In Andhra Pradesh, we had 3 meetings, public meetings, 1 big rally. It had made a huge difference for winning the elections in Andhra Pradesh. I have seen so many governments. We are a very, very inspiring time. I proudly propose the name of Sri Narendra Modi ji on behalf of Telugu Desam Party for the post of Prime Minister of this great nation.
But how this relationship evolves with the BJP now remains to be seen. In Andhra Pradesh, when the new government led by Mr. Naidu was sworn in, the cabinet included 17 new faces out of 25.
మనం తీసుకుంటా అని చెప్పి తెలియజేసుకుంటూ మరొకసారి ఇది ఒక అరుదైన అనుభవం, నా జీవితంలో మరిచిపోలేనటువంటి ఘట్టం. దీనికి మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ ఎన్డీఏ అభ్యర్థిగా ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నన్ను ఎంపిక చేసిన ఎన్డీఏ ఎమ్మెల్యేలందరినీ పేరు పేరున మనస్ఫూర్తిగా అభినందిస్తూ మరొకసారి బాధ్యత ఈ రోజు నుంచి ఇంకా ఎక్కువైంది. నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
కొణిదెల పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అనే నేను ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా నా కర్తవ్యాలను శ్రద్ధతో అంతఃకరణ శుద్ధితో ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను. నారా లోకేష్ అనే నేను శాసనము ద్వారా నిర్మితమైన భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల నిజమైన విశ్వాసం విధేయత చూపుతానని ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా ప్రజలందరికీ న్యాయం చేకూరుస్తానని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేస్తున్నాను.
One of the projects very close to Naidu's heart has been the construction of Amravati, nestled between Vijayawada and Guntur, something that Naidu had hoped would be the capital of Andhra Pradesh. Now, this had been stalled when Jagan Mohan Reddy came to power, and he had favoured a 3-capital formula, including the seat of government in Visakhapatnam. However, with the YSRCP now voted out and the TDP voted back in, attention will once again turn to Amravati. And within days of the new government taking over, the scrutiny is now on an ostentatious property constructed during the previous government on Rishikonda Hill near Visakhapatnam. The TDP has called it a project of opulence involving what it describes as a massive ₹500 crore splurge for what they have said was intended as a residence for the then Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy should he be voted back to power.
ప్రభుత్వం ఏదైనా ఒక నిర్మాణం చేసేటప్పుడు దాంట్లో రహస్యాలు ఉండవు. బహిరంగంగా ఆ బిల్డింగ్ దేనికోసం కడతా ఉన్నారు, ఎంత విస్తీర్ణత కడతా ఉన్నారు, ఎంత ఎస్టిమేట్తో కడతా ఉన్నారు, అందులో ఏమేమి ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి ఇవన్నీ డ్రాయింగ్స్తో సహా బయట డిస్ప్లే చేస్తారు. కానీ దానికి భిన్నంగా దీన్ని అత్యంత గోప్యంగా, నాకు తెలిసి బహుశా ఈ దేశంలో ఏ భవనం కూడా ఇంత వివాదాస్పదం కానీ ఇంత సెన్సేషన్ కానీ క్రియేట్ చేసి ఉండదు. దాదాపు 500 కోట్ల రూపాయలు ప్రజాధనం వ్యయం చేసి.
This includes a bathtub worth more than rupees 30 lakhs according to TDP, as well as chandeliers, imported plants and a commode among other things costing more than rupees 3 lakhs. The TDP claimed that for a government led by the YSRCP that claimed to work for the poor, this ostentatious display at taxpayers' expense was uncalled for. Not only that, the TDP senses irregularities in the project and has called for a probe.
This is not an iconic center. This is the residence of an individual or maybe a small family. And it's not going to be open to anyone. Even we did not have any data about what this project is. We still don't have. In fact, the government is currently digging into who's given approval, how much money in total has been spent, how much extra land or area of the hill has been excavated, what all violations have these people committed, because there are many. I think we would like to present all of that. Rishikonda is very fondly seen by citizens of Visakhapatnam. It's a major tourist destination. Anybody who comes to Visakhapatnam knows Rishikonda. This entire thing has been now captured and has been prevented access from anybody. So everybody is frustrated, saying that why can't we go, what's happening, what is this secrecy, tell us what it is.
Your toilet is much bigger than the house you proposed for a poor family. And Jagan Reddy had once again proven that he had always worked for his own comforts, for his own luxuries, and never cared about the poor people. We will launch a thorough inquiry into this huge spending of public money, and the people behind this will definitely go behind bars.
The YSRCP claims that this was no personal property of the then Chief Minister, that it was built at government expense to welcome dignitaries, both local and foreign, to Visakhapatnam. The war of words has now continued.
On one side, we don't have money for basic amenities. Are we in a position to build something for 500 crores for somebody like the Prime Minister or the President who may visit once a year or once in 3 years? Does it make sense? They have no defense. On record, their leaders have been caught saying that this is CM camp office. So they cannot escape from that.
It has come to light that it is the people's money that was spent on Rishikonda Palace, and this is not excusable. If it is the people's money, then the people should know why it was used, and if action needs to be taken, it needs to be taken, because the YCP government had taken a debt to the tune of 8 lakh crores of rupees, and spending money like this irresponsibly is not excusable.
We constructed in true spirit of better buildings to rule from Vizag, and that buildings should be used for any government purpose, but that buildings are belonging to government of AP, not the buildings are not for Jagan Mohan Reddy or YSRCP.
This is the fourth time Chandrababu Naidu has assumed the role of the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and these are interesting times indeed. The Modi government relies on his support, and he finds himself at the helm of leading another transformation in Andhra Pradesh. How will the next 5 years pan out?